chart that has been embedded in an existing worksheet page can be moved by pointing to the chart as you see here, and then moving it. So for example, if we didn't want it to cover up the text, we could point to it and drag it down into a position outside of the data itself so we can still see the data underlying the chart. Changing a chart doesn't in any way change the actual data used to put together the chart. You can, however, change your data range and have it reflected in the chart. To do this, you would select, for example, an altered range within the worksheet itself, and then point to it and literally drag it down to the charts to reflect the changes. Note, too, that when you look at a chart, you'll see that when you click on it, you'll see handles on the edge in which you can move. This can allow you to resize the chart. Also notice, too, that once you select the chart, all of the icons become available on the chart toolbar so that you can make changes. And you can also edit your data table and series from different options that are available either directly on the chart toolbar or options within once you click on an option. But let's look back at the handles and notice that here when you move up to one of the corners of the sides where you see the blocks, that you could, for example, adjust this so it's longer, adjust it so it's wider, bring it so that it's narrower. There are various options that you can do and you can experiment with that. However, if you resize the chart when you didn't actually mean to do so, then you can press the Ctrl+Z keys on your keyboard and it will be restored to whatever appearance it had last. You could also use the undo function on the toolbar, or you could go to the edit menu and select undo resize. This will also allow you to do it. To redo this resize object, you'd press Ctrl+Y instead of Ctrl+Z. Also, when you're working with pie charts, understand that you can do something like pull out a slice of the pie to emphasize a point. Now for this purpose, we'll go over here to our pie chart. Maybe we'll make it a little larger so it'll be a little easier for you to see. We'll move this out of the way, but we'll make it a little larger so it'll be a little more obvious what we're doing. Ever see a pie chart where a piece of the pie has been pulled out? Well, I'll show you what you can do to pull out a slice of the pie. This is also sometimes known as exploding. You can explode all the pieces of the pie so they all come out so that they're not all linked together, or you can just drag out a single piece of the pie. So for example, here we'll click on this particular piece of the pie and we'll drag it out like that. Now if we decide we don't like that, we could go back, click undo move, and it goes right back into the pie again. Once you release your mouse button, once you have dragged, it'll just stay where it is unless you undo it. If you select the entire pie like this, you can get it to explode. But you could do multiple pieces of a pie out. For example, you could bring out this piece, and you could bring out this piece, and you could bring out this piece. So there are various options you have available to you.